So it's 2020 and bike trainers have really evolved over the past few years. If you're wondering what's a smart trainer, what's a basic trainer, or maybe what is even a bike trainer in the first place. In this video I go over what are the different kinds of bike trainers and give my opinion on which one that you should buy so that hopefully you can make an informed decision on which bike trainer to get. What's up everyone, Jeremy Tri here, hope you all are doing well. If you're new to this channel, I give beginner triathlon tips and document my swim, bike, run, training, and racing adventures. So if any of that sounds cool to you, consider subscribing. This is by no means an in-depth review on any kind of bike trainer, rather a general overview as to what kinds of bike trainers that you can get. Alright, are you ready? Let's get into it. Alright, well what the heck is a bike trainer in the first place? A bike trainer, simply put, is a piece of equipment that attaches to your bicycle that allows you to ride while remaining stationary. Now, a few of the best benefits that you'll get by purchasing a bike trainer for your bike are that one, you can ride indoors when the weather is bad, if it's like raining outside or snowing. You don't have to deal with any of that. You can just put the trainer in your garage or in your living room and ride your bike there. Also, when you're riding on your bike trainer, you don't have to worry about stoplights. You don't have to worry about angry pedestrians or pedestrians on their phones not paying attention to where they're walking, and you don't have to worry about crazy drivers as well. While you're riding your trainers indoors, you can watch Netflix, you can watch your kids, you can cook. Actually, I don't think I've seen anyone cook while riding on their bike trainer before, but you know, you get all of the benefits of riding a stationary bike in the comfort of your own home, but you can also detach your bike and use it outdoors as well. Alright, so in my opinion, there are two main categories of bike trainers. There's a basic trainer and a smart trainer. Now, to be more precise, I would like to say a basic friction trainer and a smart direct drive trainer. Now, there's a lot of different videos out there that categorize bike trainers in every which way, but in my opinion, I think this is easiest for me to understand. Hopefully it makes sense to you, but we're going to break it down into basic friction trainers and smart direct drive trainers. Alright, so let's start with the first main category, which is the basic friction trainer. In these trainers, you pretty much clamp your rear wheel to the roller resistance mechanism of the trainer. The faster you pedal on the bike, the more resistance is generated, and that's the way these trainers simulate the road-like feel. Now, there are three main types of basic friction trainers. They are the wind trainers, magnetic trainers or mag trainers, and fluid trainers. The wind trainers generate resistance from a small fan. The magnetic trainers generate resistance from the use of internal opposing magnets. And the fluid trainers generate resistance from, you guessed it, internal fluids. So Kurt Kinetic actually calls their bike trainers' internal fluids thermodynamically neutral medical grade silicone fluid. Works for me. Alright, so the pros of these basic friction trainers are that they're portable. They can fold up small so you can take it to a race. You know, you can take it to your friend's house to have a pain cave session in their garage. They're just really easy to carry around. Also, basic friction trainers are pretty cheap if you compare them to like Peloton's Nordic Track or any kind of like stationary bike, because with the bike trainer you can buy a bike and a trainer and that's still going to be less than like a Peloton. So whenever my friends come to me and ask whether they should buy a bike trainer or like a Peloton, I always first tell them, if you think you're going to be using a bike often outdoors, buy a bike trainer so that you can, you know, if outdoors is not an option to ride for the day, you can use that bike on the bike trainer and take it off to you. I'm just very biased towards bike trainers. Nothing against Pelotons. I have friends that ride Pelotons and have great results, but I personally would prefer a bike trainer and a bike over a Peloton. Alright, so for some cons of the basic friction trainer, one, it can wear down the tread of your bike tire. So of course, if you're riding it outdoors and then you ride it indoors too, the friction caused from the bike trainer and your wheel, you know, it can provide some wear there, but they do sell bike tires specifically made to ride with trainers. So, you know, if you don't want to wear out your main tires, you can switch it out before you get on the trainer and spare your main tires tread. But I don't really ride indoors that much to justify getting a spare tire dedicated just for trainers. So yeah, that's just something that I had to point out there. Another con of the basic friction trainer is that it can be pretty loud depending on which one that you can get. Now, speaking of noise, this is a very important factor when you're buying a trainer. Generally speaking, wind trainers make more noise than mag trainers, which make more noise than fluid trainers. So fluid trainers are the most quiet generally speaking. This is definitely something to consider, especially if you want to be considerate of your family sleeping at 5:30 a.m. in the morning. Now, as far as price, your wind trainers are going to be the cheapest, your mag trainers are a little more expensive, and your fluid trainers are, of course, the most expensive of the bunch because they're usually of higher quality and quieter. In 2020, in my opinion, I think fluid trainers are the best kind of basic friction trainers. They probably will run you brand new around $300 to $400, but you can find them used online for much cheaper, so definitely look into fluid trainers if you're going down this route. So I have the Kurt Kinetic Fluid Trainer, bought it back in 2014 for like $289. I'm not even sure if they sell the exact model that I have, but definitely check out Kurt Kinetic. Another good brand is like Cyclops. But yeah, there's a lot of great options for basic friction trainers out there, so make sure to do your research. All right, so the second main category of bike trainers is a smart direct drive trainer. So to use one of these, you have to remove your bike's rear wheel, then place the bike directly onto the trainer's axle, while also lining up your chain to be placed onto the smart trainer's cassette. Hence the word direct drive in smart direct drive trainer. So being connected to the smart trainer in this fashion allows you to have direct connectivity to software applications via ANT or Bluetooth technology. Basically, this means your bike metrics such as speed, cadence, and power will be uploaded directly to apps like Zwift, Trainer Road, or Sufferfest. So some of the pros of this kind of bike trainer are that they automatically add resistance to your rides. Let's say you're in Zwift and you're going up a hill, the trainer will actually automatically add resistance to your ride, so you're gonna feel going up that hill. So to add to that, these trainers offer the best real road simulation. I mean, you can ride in Zwift, Watopia, you can ride in different parts of the world and actually feel like you are at that actual place on that road riding with the same kinds of inclines and declines and hills. So really cool stuff. Crazy what technology can do these days. Another pro of these kinds of trainers is that with apps like Zwift, you can ride with people from all over the world. So I could be here in Florida riding with someone from Germany, and that's always a cool thing. All right, so for some cons of the smart direct drive trainer, number one, it's not going to be as portable and packable as your basic friction trainers. Smart direct drive trainers are more bulky, they're usually bigger, although some are compact, they're generally bigger than your basic friction trainers. And number two, probably the biggest con for me at least for these kinds of trainers is the price. I mean, these trainers can go from $500 to $1,000 to well over $1,000 if you want to get super fancy, have the best real road simulation with all the features, all the metrics. It gets pretty pricey, and for me, I can't justify dropping $1,000 on a smart bike trainer, and then you have to add in like subscription costs if you're subscribed to like Zwift per month. I live in Florida, so weather's great all year for riding outdoors, but I'm sure in the future, I mean hopefully in the future, I would love to buy a smart direct drive trainer, but I just don't have one right now because I don't want to spend the money on one. Alright, so those were the two main categories I've talked about: basic friction trainers and smart direct drive trainers. I'm actually going to create a third category. This is like a third category with like an asterisk, and it's pretty much a basic friction trainer with smart functionality. And I haven't really seen this specific term out there in the internet yet. I'm gonna call it a smart friction trainer. So there are a couple of ways to achieve this smart friction trainer functionality. Kurt Kinetic actually sells one on their website right now. It's a friction trainer, but it has smart connectivity to apps like Zwift. So it provides electronic resistance, and at the time of this video, I saw it was going for $500. So if you want to learn more about that, I'll link it up in the description below. Another option to achieving this smart friction trainer functionality is that you can use a bare bones regular friction trainer like my Kurt Kinetic Road Machine from 2014, and then you can buy a Garmin speed and cadence sensor. Hook that up, and when you're riding on your trainer, the speed and cadence sensor will actually transmit and connect to apps like Zwift. So technically, you can ride in Zwift with this setup. I haven't tried it myself, but I've heard that it can work. It doesn't work the best, and it will not work, of course, as good as a regular smart direct drive trainer. It is an option, and it might be something that people want to explore. I'll link that up in the description below as well. Alright, I hope you guys are still with me. I hope I didn't confuse you there with the third category that I made up for bike trainers, but basically you have your basic trainers and your smart trainers. And if you want to have smart functionality on a basic trainer, there is a way, and that was that third category that I recommended. All right, so for the moment that you've all been waiting for, I think that the best bike trainer for you is, it depends. It really depends. I think that you should get a basic friction trainer if you're just getting into cycling, or if you're just getting into triathlon. You're not really sure if you're going to be continuing to cycle for a very, very long time. It's always a good idea to see if you like the sport first before investing a lot of money into it. You should get a basic friction trainer if you're like me as well, and you don't want to invest a lot of money into a fancy smart direct drive trainer. If you want to save some money, if you want to spend, $300-400 for a brand new trainer, or even less than that if it's used, a basic friction trainer is a great idea. Now, if you already have a basic friction trainer or want some smart functionality added to your basic friction trainer, you can always add those Garmin cadence and speed sensors. Comment down below if you've had success with those. Or you can opt for the little more expensive hybrid trainers like the one that I mentioned earlier in this video by Kinetic. I think you should get a smart direct drive trainer if you are a serious cyclist, if you're a serious triathlete, and you want all your metrics, your speed, your cadence, your watts, if you want all of that right there in front of you, if you want to analyze it, if you want the data. All this will undoubtedly help you become a better cyclist in general and help you cycle better outdoors as well. Also, I think you should buy a smart direct drive trainer if you have that cash. If you have the money and you want to invest in the latest, the smartest, and the sexiest bike trainer out there, by all means, buy that bike trainer and have fun with it. It'll make you a better cyclist, and quite simply, it's gonna be a lot more fun than a basic trainer because you have all this interactivity and connectivity, and it's a really, really cool, immersive experience. Now, if you spent a ton of money on a smart direct drive trainer and no longer like it, you can always sell it or give it away. If anyone wants to give away their smart trainers, hit me up. Alright, so there you have it. I hope I helped you gain a better understanding as to what kinds of bike trainers that there are out there today. There are smart direct drive trainers, there are basic friction trainers, and under those two categories are all kinds of bike trainers. So I hope I helped you get started on that path of knowing which one is best for you. If you got any kind of value out of this video, please hit that like button down below. Subscribe to my channel for more videos like this. Happy cycling, happy riding on your new bike trainer if you are to buy one soon. And I'll see you in the next video. Peace.